Hello, good morning, sir. I think तुम्ही म्यूट वर आहे.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
आता येतोय.
Yes. Okay. Fine. So, shall we start, sir?
Sure.
Okay. Very good morning, one and all. Today, we are starting a webinar series for the students of mechanical engineering as well as the faculty of engineering. The motto of this webinar series is to have a relation between the alumni of the institute and the students. It is not only the alumni. So this actually this is the this has been taken from the inspiration from the our honorable chairman Mr. Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil ji. He is always used to say that students should get the knowledge from the experience from the our alumni, and so accordingly we have actually contacted our alumni, Mr. Kedar Kulkarni, who is alumni of 1919 batch of our Department of Mechanical Engineering. So we will be starting this webinar series from the June of 2021, and for every month we'll have the 2 webinar series, and this will continue till your cooperation is there. So I will brief out about the Mr. Kedar Kulkarni. He has been passed from our institute in 1999 batch. Later on, he has done his master's in business administration, that is MBA in 2001. So he has more than 21 years of experience. But his experience has led from all the design only, design and development of the products. So it is not that he has joined in the multinational company and then started his work. So it is very simple, as all the students, almost all the students follow the same path. That means it starts with the small workshops and then gradually go on increasing up to the top level. So you'll find that though he has started from a very small workshop, but he has been served in have a good rich experience in all engineering activities in even the companies just like L&T. Then he has Emerson, then later he moved to the Bangalore for General Electric, and now he in next year while doing this, he has not only done the work, he has worked for the company, but while doing that, he was very from initial only he was talking about the research and developments. So he was in the R&D activities, and while doing this, he has almost filed 12 patents in industrial and medical field. So he's actually in the medical field. So you get this may get shocked at how it is a medical field, but you will find the most of our most of the all the new machines all be there, or mechanical engineer is required in the medical field also, and he is the person who has the skills in biomedical fields. So his vast and diversity has a vast and diversified experience for product life cycle from cradle to grave. So I hope you will really enjoy the today's session. So I will hand over on the behalf, once again, on the behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering and College of Dr. Vithalrao Vikhe Patil College of Engineering, on the behalf of the management and principal Professor Dr. Uday Naik, I welcome once again Mr. Kedar Kulkarni, and I request him to take over from me and please guide the students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Professor Kale and Dr. Uday sir. I think it is an honor for me to come back to the institute again. It's my hometown. I am a Pakka Nagri, and at the same time, I'm a Pakka COPN or COEN also. So it's an honor for me to come back and do some kind of a knowledge sharing. I'm not going to say I'm going to coach you, I'm going to mentor you, or I'm going to give any ज्ञान. Okay. मला तसं काही करायचं नाहीये. I'm just going to have a very simple chat with you. I'm going to have some of my bad experiences, some of my uh, thoughts which I have been gathering over a period of time, almost 21 years now. I'm sure that by the time I got my graduation done, many of you were not born also, right? So I think I got little bit of experience which I can share, and I'm sure that it will be helpful for you as you move on. Okay. So thanks for the opportunity, sir. I think I will try to do best and try to make this 1 hour as memorable as I can. So hopefully I can add value to the people. So at the same time, if people have, any one of you has any question, please definitely stop me. I would be glad if I can answer them right away. Otherwise, we can always talk offline. Okay. So let me start with my presentation. Sir, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay. So it's an interesting topic that I wanted to choose for the people of the College of Engineering Ahmednagar. Why? Simply because I have lived the life that you are going through now. Okay, especially coming from a very small town, not a very recognized college, not a very prestigious college, but yes, it gives us the degree, it gives us a standing platform, and that is why it is making us more important for to come back to a place where we can start knowing what is more important for us more than the degrees. So one big disclaimer, I'm not saying that okay the degrees are not important. Degrees are very much important. That is why you and me are here. But at the same time, there are more than degrees, which is then matter a lot to become successful in the field. What are those? Those are the skills. So as uh, Kale sir explained me about, I am a B Mechanical and MBA Operations from the same college that you are in. So I'm a very proud College of Engineering graduate. So I am part of your life. I have lived the life the way you are going through now. So I'm not very different than you. That's the message I want to give. Okay. Now, this is a very simple, analogy that you need to keep in your mind. How, as a professional career, you want to build. You're going to start your professional career in very soon time now. I don't know, all of you are in which year, but 1 or 2 years down the line, you will be starting your own career, right? So, how does it make difference? How you are going to start your professional career? So, the basic, need of any uh, journey of the professional career is a degree. Okay, so definitely a degree is important for you. But as we move on, you will always require some kind of additional skills. Okay, these skills are not taught anywhere. These skills are not, coached anywhere. These are the skills which you have to acquire. These are the skills which you have to manage. How you can get it to self so that you will get to a next career level. Okay, so again, I'm not saying that degrees do not matter. Degrees definitely matter. What you are doing is important, but more than the degrees, the skills will be helpful for you to make a successful career. Okay, what type of skills that we need to have as we grow? Okay, that there are two types of skills. One is the technical skills, another is the soft skills. Now I'm going to spend a little bit of more time on what type of technical skill that you are required to have as you grow. Of course, from a mechanical engineering, I can talk in very much length, but I want to focus more on the other piece of it, which is a soft skill. So for me, it is important that for the people, for the students who are going to get graduated from a uh, mechanical stream, how are they going to grow their knowledge as they move on, right? And what are the places and the areas and the avenues that they can absolutely make advantage of, and how are they going to take care of those situations? Okay. From a technical point of view, I think most of the things which are taught in the colleges, they are only preliminary, they are only basic. You'll not go beyond a point with them. Okay. So degrees help you to stand, but the skills help you to run. Okay. So basically, when you have a degree, it is a basic minimum requirement that you go for an application. When you go for a skill development, you are going to go beyond a point. Okay. So what is more important is you need to go beyond what is taught in your curriculum. Okay. So I'm sure that you have multiple subjects like applied thermodynamics, theory of machines, applied mechanics. Okay. And then robotics are there. Okay. There are multiple mathematical expressions that we have learned. Okay. But it is more important that what we have learned in the colleges is going to be at one level. We need to go beyond them. We need to understand where this knowledge is applied. What are the applied technologies that we need to adopt? What are the areas where I want to make my career in? Whether it is a mechanical engineering, whether it is a robotics, whether it is automotive, whether it is anything else. I need to learn and make sure that I'm going to get more advantage through the technical skill that I'm going to acquire beyond the curriculum. As we do that, there would be many trends in the technology market. Okay. So current technology market trends are hydraulics, pneumatics, okay, robotics, then nano engineering. Okay, the things are getting very very small nowadays. Okay, you might have seen the even the automotive is going to a big change now. The diesel engines were turned into the petrol engines. The now both of the engines are getting lagged, and now you have a emerging of electric vehicle. So many things are there which are getting changed over a period of time. Over extra 5 years, 10 years down the line, there will be many changes happening in the field of the technology also. We have to keep a track of them, right? We can't really say that, okay, I got graduated 5 years back, but this was not what I learned. No, we have to keep changing. We have to keep learning. Next one, as we move on building our professional career, okay, there are multiple places where the career is built professionally, but more importantly, we need to build a character also. Okay, please remember one thing: career is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Okay, I hope you understand what is meant by a sprint and a marathon. Sprint is like what? 100 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters. Marathon is 21 kilometers, 42 kilometers, right? So it is a long journey. We have to keep the momentum high. We have to make sure that, okay, we are not going to exhaust in the initial years itself. We are not going to burn out ourselves in the initial years itself. We are going to take time. We are going to build our skills. We are going to make a very professional character out of our own. So the degrees will help us in a long, short term. I got my degree 21 years back. Now, is anybody going to ask me what kind of engineering you did, what kind of college you went, and what was the initial start that you had for your career? Nobody. Today, as I stand on my own, and after 21 years, I can proudly say that I started with a small firm, which was like people of 50, workers only. Then I went to a bigger company which was having 500. Then I went to a bigger company which was having 5,000 employees. Today I'm in a company which has got 50,000 employees. Okay. But at the same time, is it going to help me personally? Yes, definitely. As I grow in my professional career, the degrees were subsided. The degree of the knowledge, the mechanical degree helped me to only one level. The skill that I build over a period of time, those are helping me to grow as I spent year on year in the industry. Okay. Why are the skills important? The skills are important simply because uh, skills differentiate an individual in the group. Now you yourself can imagine. You might be a batch of 100 students in the mechanical engineering, right? How many of you are equal? How many of you are of equal caliber, of a educational background, of a skill background? You can see, there will be differences among your friends. Somebody can do certain things differently. Somebody can think differently. Somebody is very creative. Somebody is very innovative. Somebody is good at public speaking. Somebody is good at doing the work, together. He is in a good. He can demonstrate a good team spirit on his own. So it is important that we look different. We are differentiated from a group of people. Today you have competition with only 100 students. Tomorrow there would be 1,000 people who are going to be around you. There would be at least 10 employees, 10 colleagues that you are in your job, where you have to show that you are different and you have to take more responsibility as you go on. Correct? So upgrading skill is a sign of a true professional. If you remain the same person year on year, it is not going to be helpful at all. You have to change, you have to upgrade your skills so that you become a truly a good professional and you will have a successful career in future. It's not only about career, it's about the profession also. If you keep the same profession as you do all the time, all the years, are you going to be successful? No. You have to keep changing as the time changes. Okay. Let's talk quickly about the technical skills. Okay, as we move on, I think we are technical domain. Okay, we cannot forget that we are not into advertising. We are not into entertainment. We are not into food industry, hotel industry. We are technical people. So technical people needs to must develop their knowledge, must develop their ability to cope up with the technology trends. Okay, we have the technology is changing very very fast, so we have to cope up with it. How are we going to do that? Basically, why we need to do beyond what we are taught in the colleges. So the only way in which you can improve on your technical skill is by learning, and the learning is done by various aspects. The majority of the learning comes through online. Okay, so there are, I think this generation is very much blessed that the online courses are very much available. You can sit at your home, whether you are at small town of India, whether in a big city of India, whether you are in America, whether you are in Europe, it does not really matter. Okay, today the online education is open to everybody. Anybody who has got good infrastructure, who has got good internet, he can go online and learn many many subjects. The beauty of the online subject is you can choose as per the individual choice, right? There is a plethora, there is a variety of the courses available. You want to choose robotics, you can go there. You want to choose automotive, you can go there. You want to go for some kind of a metallurgy, you can go there. You can decide to go for hydraulic pneumatics. There are multiple courses available. Okay, learn from anywhere, learn from as per your ability. You can stop the course. You can say that, okay, I will learn it later because I got some work now. You can learn it on the weekends. You can learn it at night. You can do whatever you want. There are multiple places where you can go and absolutely learn as much as you can. The good part here is some are free courses. Okay, so you can just log in and on a student edition you can learn, and some are chargeable. But believe me, these are charges are very very nominal. The value that you get out of them is very very high, and it will be very useful for you as you move on in your career, as you progress, okay, on your career path. Okay, the most important thing is you can claim certifications. These certifications are going to be helpful for you to get a better job, as well as you will also be able to claim that, okay, I know this area. That the confidence that you get by certification is definitely different. Imagine somebody knows about a topic, and imagine somebody certified to know about that topic. There would be a difference between two people. Okay. Now, you would ask me a question: how would you know that where are these skills available? Where are the online courses available? Let's know. These are the some of the areas where there are various courses available, which are free, which are chargeable, but they all cater to different type of needs. So if you talk about uh, Upgrade, Udemy, Coursera, Simply Learn. Please note these points. This will be helpful for you to make your own login and start choosing from the different areas where you can choose a course which is maybe for 30 minutes, maybe for 1 day, maybe for 7 days. So there are multiple courses available. You can go and enroll yourself. This will help you to get more and more knowledge and more certification for you. Okay, these are just few top level courses that I would request you to subscribe. But there are more than this. You can go and start learning yourself. But these are just a initiation for you. Any question? Okay, I'll take it as no question. Okay, now as I said, I'm going to spend more time on the soft skills more than the technology and the technical skills here, because I strongly believe that whatever you get learned in the colleges is definitely going to be helpful to you. Unless and until you apply your knowledge, apply your whatever you learned in the books is not going to be useful. But there are multiple different areas where these things are not taught in any colleges, they are not taught in any school, they are not in any university. These are the areas where you have to practice yourself. Make sure that okay, you develop those skills on your own, and don't only those skills are very going to be helpful for you. A small illustration on how a knowledge takes you to the competency level, right? It's a growing journey, it's a continued journey. So knowledge becomes habit becomes skills, and multiple skills that you gain will become competence. Ultimately all we are looking for excellence, right? Competence, excellence, same words. So once you become competent, nobody can really compete with you. You can be a very successful professional in your career in later course of time. How do you do that? So basically you need to have knowledge. Knowledge is about what? Okay, what I need to know, what I need to gather, what I need to learn, so that I can make myself competent enough in future. Once I know what I'm going to know, what I'm going to learn, okay, I need to start practicing. Okay, take example of Sachin Tendulkar, take example of anybody who is highly successful in their professional careers. Okay, these people have not got their excellence simply by knowledge. You must have a habit which is practicing daily, practicing it every time when you get an opportunity. Once you do that, you will gain some skills. People will start calling you as master. Okay, he is a master of batting, he is a master of bowling, he is a master of engineering drawings, he is a master of pneumatics, he is a master of hydraulics. Why? Because they knew the subject very well, they have practiced it very well, and they have got the skills. Now they have applied the knowledge, and the skills have now more and more prominent. With that, there will be competency. The competency is nothing but you will be called as an expert. You will be called as an expert into that area. You will be called for solving the problems. Once you get into that zone, that is called as competence. So this is a continued journey of knowledge, habit, skills, and competence. Okay. This is a very beautiful and very powerful picture. I think I'm not sure whether you have seen this in the past, but it's a very thoughtful expression about why we need to do small activities every day and small activities in a better one. So you can see it's a mathematical expression of 1% better every day. So 1% added is 1 plus 0, 1 plus 001, right? So it will become 1.01. Okay. If you do it every day for a year, 1.01 raised to 365, because you have done sorry, you have done an increment of 1% only over 1%, which is going to give you 1.01 raised to 365. That yields to you had 1% of the quality. Now that has become 37% of the quality. Okay. Imagine you don't do it. You are not doing it every day better. So that will be minus, right? So 1 minus 1% is 0.99. And you do not actually do things better. You'll always doing it on a slow path here. You can see it drawing slowly. But if you can improve yourself daily, you'll always see that you are growing on a very steady but inclined path. And this one becoming 37, and this one becoming 0.003, okay, over a year. So please keep in mind there is a very powerful strength into the tiny activities, the small activities that we do every day. Whether it's a small thing, it's simple handwriting, even that is going to be improved if it's a good habit of keeping yourself fit. Doing exercises is going to help you to grow to a higher level where you will gain a multiple increment over a period of time as good as 365 days. Okay, I'm sure that you would like this slide, and you would make most of your improvements daily basis. And I will be glad you would see 1 year back, you would see that, okay, I was not at this level, today I'm at this level because I did very very conscious and very very effort oriented attempts to get to a point, and my tiny gains have got me a very good result over a period of time. Okay, how can we adopt these skills? Okay, now today if I ask you what is the quality that I should hire you, if I come to your college and I say, guys, you are 100 students, I want to choose only 5 people among you, okay, as a part of the campus interview, what are the skills that you will tell me what I'm good at? Okay, everybody has equal degree, so you can say, no, I got a mechanical degree. Somebody would be second class, somebody would be first class, somebody would be with distinction, but at least you have got, everybody is at one degree level, right? So there is nothing big difference that I can see among 100 students. But you can bring difference among you by having these skills with you. These skills do not need any money. These skills do not need any training. Okay, these skills are the skills which will keep you immediately differentiated. Okay, first is being on time, punctuality. Okay, it's very sad in India that we do not give importance to the time. Okay, most of the time, if it's a 11 o'clock lecture, we come by 11:05, 11:15. Okay, why? Simply because, sir, there was a bus late, there was a traffic jam, I met a friend in between, I could not come on time, something like that. Okay, you will give hundreds of excuses. How many of you would be able to come on time, 10:55? Was that possible? Yes, it was possible. That's a simple thing, right? Nobody teaches you how to read a watch, how to read a clock. That you learned in third or fourth grade itself. Can you be better at it? Can you be on time? Yes, you can. That's one of the beautiful, characteristic of a person. Okay, even believe me, today also people do not come on time. Why? Because you do not value the time of others. You have to value the time of others. The time you lost is not going to come back. So please try to be punctual as much as you can. Okay, and that's a very good habit that one should start from the beginning itself. Most importantly is, you would have seen in n number of cases, if you follow the news, follow the various activities uh, that happen in the political area, that happen on the technology area or on the corporate level, one should be very 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 ethically. Okay, ethics means you must follow certain standard, you have to be true, you have to be candid, you have to be ethically right all the time. It is okay to be not successful, but it is must that you should be successful ethically. Okay, you should not cheat, you should not do anything which is wrong on a practice which is not taught by your parents, taught by your teachers, or the internal person with you, within you, should be very happy that at least I did my best, I did not cheat, even though I got less marks, even though I got less you know grades, I still behaved very ethically. This becomes a very important character of a individual when he comes on a corporate. I can tell you n number of examples that I've seen in my own experience. People who did not behave ethically, they were thrown out of the company overnight. You would not believe, in my own last organization of General Electric, GE Healthcare, the CEO was changed overnight. We got an email saying that okay, the CEO, chief executive officer of the organization has changed, and nobody was told what the reason was. So ultimately, behaving ethically is very, very important. Next is going extra mile. Okay, I am told to do 10 things. Okay, why can't I think differently? Why can't I do 11th thing on my own? What it takes me is just a small effort. Nobody would really make me feel bad if I do 11th thing extra. People, you will get only credit for you. People will appreciate you for doing, additional things that you can do. Last, I mean, every time when we speak, you might have seen this a number of times. You might have seen on your WhatsApp, many stories around you. You must have a positive attitude. Okay, especially in the current age where you have been seeing through the corona phase, right? You might have seen multiple cases, multiple examples where many of the senior citizens, like your grandmothers, your grandparents, okay, they might have got corona, but they came out very clean. They were very positive attitude. I will come back very, strong on this health, and I will be positive. I will come as a, healthy person after my corona phase is gone. But many people could not survive simply because of the positive attitude, simply because they were stressed. They were not able to take that stress very easily. So positive attitude is very important. I can do it. I can be successful. I will be successful is something that you should tell every morning to you. Okay. Body language. It's a topic in itself. I can talk in it very, very length. Positive body language is very important. The way we stand, the way we speak, the way we, walk is also showing a sign of a positive body language. You can see yourself, right? When the day is very, very happy, when you're happy on that day, you're positive, you're exuberating a very positive language, body language through your actions, right? You will be smiling, you will be having a nice clothing, you will walk very fast, you will be jumping here and there. If the day is bad, obviously you will have a very negative body language, you will have a very low volume, you will not be able to move fast, you will not eat well. Okay, you will not be, applying your mind anywhere. You will feel the no, it's very bad day for me, I'm not going to be successful today. No, every day we should have a positive body language. Most importantly, as you grow, definitely you want to gather as much as you can. Okay, how can you gather as much as you can is by listening. Okay, you need to listen a lot. You need to speak less, you need to listen a lot. Okay, you need to listen to the people who have got more experience than you. You need to listen to the people who have got successful career. You also need to listen to people who have failed. Okay, their failure can be learning opportunity for you. Not only the success stories, but failure stories also teach a lot. Okay, so talk to people. Okay, try to learn where they have failed, try to know where they have made mistakes, and try to learn from their mistakes. The beautiful part of this listening skill is their experience become your experience, right? Imagine that, okay, you have got to a place. For example, let me take a very simple example for understanding purpose, right? How many of you have gone to Statue of Unity, which is in Gujarat, right? Not many of you, correct? Maybe few of you. Okay, I have not gone. I have not gone there, frankly speaking. But my parents have gone earlier, and believe it or not, when I listened to their story, when I saw their pictures, when I listened to what my parents were telling about the the journey, the arrangements were there, the kind of ticketing, the kind of discipline was maintained, the kind of queuing was there. It became part of my experience. Now, when I go next time there, it will be easy for me to behave easily, right? When go there and maneuver very easily. So as you listen to various people, you will come to know that okay, now I can do this because I have listened to this story earlier, so I can do a little bit of better of on my own. Okay, I need not do my learning curve more than it is required. Okay, so you can shorten your learning curve as you listen to many other people. Most importantly, now let's come to the another portion of the presentation. This is called as little bit of higher level of soft skills. These are the skills which I believe, which you might have only heard, which you might have only known, okay, but you might not be knowing in what way I'm going to learn this and what way I'm going to acquire this, okay. uh, Importantly, these do not come very easy, okay, so you need to make very very cautious effort for making sure that you are going to grow to a point, okay. What are those skills? These are the skills which do not come easy, so please make sure that these skills are not easy to get. You have to make conscious effort, you have to continuous practice, and then only you'll get these efforts in a better way. The first and very important is interpersonal relationships, okay. Please understand, okay, you are coming from a limited focus area, right? You are coming from a engineering college which is in a small town of Ahmednagar. Perhaps you have got various friends, various student colleagues who are Marathi only, who are probably some of them would be Hindi, right? But most of you would not be exposed to different types of cultures, different types of diversities. Okay, the world is changing a lot. Tomorrow you will migrate. Tomorrow you will go to city like Pune, city like Mumbai, city like Nashik, or outside like Bangalore, like me, or outside the India also. Perhaps you will go to US, you will go to Europe. There, only few things will matter. One, how do you respect the next person? How do you make friends with the next person? How do you learn from the next person? So interpersonal skills, interpersonal relations are very very important. It is very uh, vital, it is very crucial that you have that experience yourself, okay. You will not get these things yourself, through a learning or coaching at all. You need to practice this on your own, okay. Going beyond roles, okay, today you are a student, okay. What are the things you are doing beyond the student level now? You need to ask this question to yourself. What are the things, what are the activities that I can do beyond the student? Can I go and do a small volunteer work at some place? Can I go and do a, an internship in any company that I can go? Can I go and do some kind of a physical activity which is beyond a student level? Okay, can I do something like that? That will add to experience. That will add to my knowledge. Something that I should explore. Importantly, you are a generation of a new millennium. You should know that you are creative. You are very innovative. You must continue on your path of creativity and innovation, okay. uh, I can tell you from my experience, patenting is a very simple thing, okay. I got 12 patents on my name, nothing great. I have colleagues who have got 25, 50, 100 patents also, okay. I got a colleague who has got 100 patents on his name. What makes him different than me? Nothing. He thinks simple. He likes to keep things simple, okay. As we start working on any problem statement, we always think that, okay, let me solve this bigger problem. No, it is very difficult to keep the things simple. Simple is a very difficult thing, please understand. So being creative, being innovative is something that is going to help you as you grow in future. This gives a very very big advantage between two individuals when somebody is compared. The creativity and innovation is something that will be weighed a lot, okay. Conflict management. Conflict management is a big subject in itself. uh, you may have conflict with your colleague, you may have conflict with your boss, you may have conflict within your family. How you manage it well, again it ties down to the interpersonal relations, right? How can I solve the problem so that the conflict does not become a big problem, okay. We have a very beautiful saying, right? A stitch in time saves nine. Can I take care of the problem at the small ground level itself so that it doesn't become a big problem in future, okay. That gives another important characteristic. It's called as situational leadership. Situational leadership is nothing but, for example, there was a accident on the road, right? What most of the people do, tell me. Most of the people only watch, only take out their phone and start shooting, right? You might have seen this n number of times. How many people have parked their vehicle, parked their two-wheeler, and went and helped the next guy, helped the person to get out of the situation, tried to give them some water, tried to get them a help, tried to call the police, tried to call the ambulance. Very, very few people, right? This is called as situational leadership. I gave you a small example. This kind of situations very, very happen on a daily basis in the corporate world. Somebody would ask, who can volunteer for this work? You must raise your hand. You must tell that, okay, I'm ready to get this job done. Situational leadership is a incremental step towards your improvement. Every day you do a small situational leadership, you will become a better leader in future. Okay. That's Please remember the earlier slide where I had shown you the importance of doing a tiny things in everyday basis. Correct. Coming to the communication skill. Communication skill is very, very vast topic. Okay. The only thing I can tell you is you must be able to communicate very effectively. For that, language is not important. Okay, please believe me, language is not important. You can speak whatever English you can. You can speak whatever mother tongue or native language you have. Okay, but you should be able to communicate effectively. Okay, communication is what? Whatever you are sent from one side is received by the next person very effectively. Okay, otherwise it just becomes hearing. There's a difference between hearing and listening, right? So whatever you have an idea, you want to explain, you have to explain a concept, you have to explain your thoughts. You should be effective in telling those so that you do not get misunderstood or you get what you want. Okay. Yes, English is one way to communicate effectively. As you grow in the corporate world, as you grow in a different corporation, you should be able to communicate effectively through English. But I have seen multiple times even the Europeans do not speak English well because English is not their mother tongue. So even though they do not speak English, they're still able to do what they can. Okay, they still are able to do what an English person can do. So please do not absolutely believe that okay, English is the only language which can take you to next level. No, English is just one medium. It can only take you to the next level. If you have good English speaking ability, yes, that's an advantage. But communication skill is something which is very important. That is why you can see it is a bigger block that I have drawn purposefully. Communication helps you a lot. Okay. Am I listening? Am I audible? Am I clear to you? Am I making sense? Can somebody at least give me feedback?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay. So let me continue now. These are the books which I would like you guys to buy, and if not buy, you go to library and borrow them and try to read them as much closely and make your own notes as you can. Okay, these are the things which I have read myself, and believe me, these are my favorite books. Okay, these books are something which are linked to whatever skills I have said you earlier. Okay, the links, the 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 skill that I've spoken here in terms of communication, in terms of relation, in terms of creativity, innovation, conflict management, these are the things which will required for you to gain knowledge from. Okay, these are the books which are talking about a very basic fundamental knowledge, but it will tell you how you can gain those skills by yourself. Okay, I will talk about each book in 1 or 2 minutes, but I'm sure that you will make the notes of these books so that that will help you uh, if you go through them one by one. Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a very famous book by author Stephen Covey. It's one of the bestseller. You can see it here, 25th anniversary edition. So this book has been there from 25 years. Okay, 25 million copies have been sold all over the world, and many people have read it. Okay, so this book is about how you can become effective. There are 7 habits. These are the habits you have to practice, you have to gain mastery, and I'm guaranteeing you that even if you master half of the habits, you will be highly successful. Okay. Next one is an emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is nothing but how you control your emotions and your intelligence. Okay. In terms of many of you might have heard word called IQ, right? intelligence quotient, right? Now there is a new word called as EQ, emotional quotient. How I react to the situation. If my boss is angry on me, if my professor is angry on me, if my colleague is angry on me, how I'm going to react to it. If my boss is unhappy with my performance, okay, I am unhappy with my performance, how I'm going to react to it, how I'm going to turn my negative emotions into positive emotions, and how I'm going to make sure that I do not react very violently, I do not react very abruptly, and how I make myself a positive oriented person all the time. What got you here won't get you there is a beautiful book that anybody, everybody should read. This book is very important for us to know. As you can see the picture, right? You are walking a ladder. This is where you are now. Okay, you did first, second, third, fourth grade. You did 10th, you did 12th. Now you are doing degree, right? You are here. Now you want to go higher. This is where you want to grow corporate ladder. What got you here, okay, won't get you there. You have to make efforts to get you here, right? So this is a book where which specifically talks about how a person from a common background, how a person from a thousands category, 10,000 category can be successful. How can he be looking from different from a crowd and he can go to the next level, right? This is what in the book will tell you the some of the tips and tricks that you should do. Six Thinking Hats is a book by Edward de Bono. Edward de Bono is my favorite author. He has written multiple books, at least 15 books he has written, and all books are related to the creativity and innovation. So think Six Thinking Hats is nothing but you have to start thinking differently. It's not about hat. It's not about a cap that you would wear on your head. Okay, it's about a cap. It's about a hat which tells you how to think differently. Okay, for example, if I tell you, in every one of you start acting like Amitabh Bachchan. Okay, what is the first thing you are going to do? You will change your voice. You will change your body language. You will change your moment, the way he walks, the way he talks. You will start talking his favorite dialogue from his any of favorite movie, right? If I ask you to, uh, you know, what should I say? Behave somebody like a comedian, say like Johnny Lever, say like Kapil Sharma. Okay, you will change your style, right? Suddenly you will change your style. Similarly, you have to change your thinking style based on the problem statement. Okay. For example, you have come across a traffic jam. Okay. Now, if I ask you to behave like a traffic cop, traffic inspector, your body language suddenly will change, right? You will see that problem as your opportunity to perform. Correct. You will go and start solving the traffic one by one. You will tell, okay, some of the things, some of the vehicles can go like this, some of the vehicle have to stop, this major vehicle has to go first, there is an ambulance, please give a way to it first. So this is where you'll start thinking differently. This is where your style of thinking will become different, because it is the way you are now made to think. Your brain is behaving differently. If your brain tells you, I need to be acting like a, just a spectator, you will not do anything in a traffic jam. But if your brain tells you, I need to behave differently, I need to think differently, like an inspector, traffic inspector, I can go and solve the problem. Okay. I will highly recommend, this will be the first book that you should buy and start reading it. These are the three books which are actually towards the creativity and innovation. Okay. TRIZ, TRIZ is a Russian word. Okay. This is a word which is used for solving the problems innovatively. Uh, there are 36 methods, rather 39 methods which this book has given. I can guarantee you, if you read this book, you can solve any problem in this world. Okay. Please note my word. You can call me back later after my contacts given in the last slide. If you read this book, you can solve any problem in this world. Please note. Okay. I'm going on the records. I'm telling you again, if you read this book, you can solve any problem in this world. Okay. A very beautiful written book, which is about TRIS technology, which is has got certain principles. If you apply those principles one by one, any problem in the engineering industry or any other industry can be solved. Okay, so please read this book, very informative. and very fundamental book that you can help to get, that can you get you help how you can take it further to the next level. Okay. A next book which is called as Jugaad Innovation. I'm sure many of you know what called Jugaad. If you don't know, I will be worried. But Jugaad is a very famous Indian way of problem solving the problems. Okay, so Jugaad is something which is being experimented outside the India also. How you can solve the problems by simple trick that is called as Jugaad innovation. In this book, you would see hundreds and thousands of examples how many Indian people have solved the problem uh, by simple small tricks. Okay, you might remember the movie called Three Idiots, right? There is a guy called Funsuk Wangdu. That guy is inspired from a Sonam Wangchuk, who is a Tibetan. He lives in that northeast area. He's a professor. You may want to go and subscribe to him on various other channels. He has developed multiple areas where small things can make a lot of difference without doing a high fundamental technology innovation. Okay, this is called as Jugaad. Okay, so please read this book also, Jugaad Innovation. Okay, apart from that, you might get subscription to a website called as getsabstract.com. This is a site which will give you a 1 or 2 page abstract, a summary of that book, so that before you go and buy, before you go and spend your time to read that book for 8 hours, 10 hours, 2 days, one no, a whole week, you can get to know what I'm going to expect from this book. Okay, so please go getabstract.com, visit this website, and try to put these books into that search field. You will resonate what I'm trying to tell you. You will get to know what this book is going to tell you. It does not mean that you need to you do not need to read the book. No, you need to read the book. This is only trailer. Okay, you still want to see the movie, right? You will see the trailer through the book getabstract.com, but you will love the movie when you see the entire film, right? So please read the books. My choice would be, please get this book first. Number one is Six Thinking Hats. Number two would be Seven Highly Effective People. Then Jugaad. Then what you got you here won't get you there. And then these two books, the last books of the emotional intelligence and then the trees. Okay. But I'm sure that you would thoroughly enjoy these books because I have read them multiple times and I'm a very big fan of all these books, especially Edward de Bono is my favorite author. Okay. What else other than books? Okay, so I'm going to ask you 4 questions. If you can open your mic and you tell me, uh, I would be happy to get your responses. How many of you have Facebook accounts?
Everybody.
Everybody, right? Many of you, very few, very few. I mean, 1 in 100 might not have a Facebook account. Okay? Most of you would also have an Instagram account, right? Facebook is old. Okay, you will say, sir, you are old generation. We are into Instagram now. No? For Facebook is old now. Okay, how many of you have got Snapchat account? Maybe few of you, maybe many of you. Okay, how many of you MX Takatak, which was earlier TikTok, right? How many of you, at least if you don't have your own account, at least you have subscription. You enjoy the videos that come on the Takatak or TikTok earlier, right? Many of you. Okay, I'm not going to embarrass you by asking whether you have these in your mobile. These apps are in your mobile. Keep them, no problem. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, how many of you are on LinkedIn?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
I answer.
great. Okay, I hope that number is, if it may not be equal to Facebook, at least it would be half of the Facebook. I would expect, I would be very happy if many of you are on LinkedIn. If you are not, guys, please go and enroll yourself on LinkedIn. A very fundamental tool for connecting with the professional people. Okay. How many of you have seen at least one TED talk?
Yes, sir, I have seen.
Great. Okay,
I have seen one.
great. So TED talks are in hundreds and thousands. Okay, TED Talks are my favorite YouTubes. Okay, you should spend at least 1 or 2 hours every week to spend a good quality time on a good TED Talk. Okay, TED Talks are very, very beautiful ways of getting your ideas known to people. Okay, you can spread your knowledge, you can get lot many other examples from their failures, example from their success. Okay, TED Talks are very, very beautiful. If you are not seen TED Talks, I would be disappointed, but go and see it on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel of TED and you will get multiple various beautiful articles and documentaries that people will go and show to the whole world. Anybody knows what is this app called? Now I see silence in the room.
Sir, podcast app है.
Fantastic. Okay, who's this? Who's this person who gave this answer?
Rahul Fuke, sir.
Rahul Fuke. Thank you so much. I think if you have this podcast on your in your phone, I think you have got good skills and good habits that you should continue. Okay, I hope you are using it also. Okay, so podcast is another very powerful app that you should always have with you, and make sure that this is going to be helpful because there are multiple lectures, there are multiple articles that are on the podcast. The good part here is you can listen to it. You should not hook onto your phone. You can listen to the articles, you can listen to the lectures when you are doing some work, when you are eating, when you are traveling, when you are not doing any important work, right? You can listen to. You should not listen to watch your phone all the time. TED will require you to do that to some extent. LinkedIn will get you the connections, and LinkedIn will help you to get job opportunities. LinkedIn will get you to different articles, and a lot of help will come through. Podcast is another favorite of mine. You should always have a podcast, subscription. Multiple very knowledgeable experiences are there. Please do log in and subscribe to it. Okay. So my suggestion to you, my one of the tip that I would like to provide to you through this, lecture of 1 hour. We are also coming to the end of it. Is you have these apps on your phone. I do not mind. Okay, but if you are spending more time than these apps on these apps, the apps on the right are right apps. The apps on the left are not right apps. Right? These are the apps which are enough for your time pass. It is okay for to spend some time on them. But if you're spending 1 hour on Facebook, please spend more hours on these three apps. That is going to give you more benefit than the time pass and the time wasted on the Facebook or Instagram. Okay, I do not say that entertainment is not important. I say that entertainment is important. You can get some valuable inputs from these apps, but these apps are going to help you and give you lot of help in future. Do not waste your time. These are apps which will get you the right shape of your career in future. So my sincere request to all of you young friends out there, okay, please use your social media time very judiciously. Do not waste do not waste your time at all on these apps. Do not really spend more than enough time on this. I will tell you one classic example. Okay, I heard it from somewhere. I read it somewhere also that these are apps are actually going to kill the innovation, the productive time of country like India. Okay, these are the apps which are going to waste your productive time of your very beautiful age, which is you most of you many of you are turned into 20s, right? So 20 to 30 years span is a very beautiful time span of your life. Do not waste them. Do not spend them on the labs which are not going to be useful at all. If you subscribe to these channels and this, the people who have got most subscription will get money. You're not going to get money at all. Okay, you are going to just waste your time. Please do not do that. If you listen to this, at least you will get some knowledge. At least you'll get something which is going to help you to some extent. I will end my lecture by giving you a very funny and very thought-provoking experience. Okay, most of you might be knowing app called Netflix. Okay, how many of you have got subscription to Netflix?
Yes, sir.
You got? Okay. Maybe many of you might have got, maybe your family has got, and maybe you're spending some time on your Netflix. Okay. There was a uh, all employee town hall. Like it's a where all employees come and meet. It's called as town hall meeting. Many of, I mean, even in the colleges also happen. Right? The principal is going to address all the students, right? Something like that. So the CEO of the Netflix was actually spending time with his colleagues or his employees, and he asked a simple question. Okay, who do you think is our worst competition? Who is the worst competition of Netflix? Can anybody guess what was the answer?
It's sleep.
Who gave that answer? Is that Kale sir?
No, it's Kantke, sir.
Kanke sir. Okay. Did you know this story earlier?
Yes, about the
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah. So very importantly, thank you, Kanke sir. Uh, Many employees gave the answer like YouTube. Okay, something like any other channel, Instagram, Facebook, and this and that, which is a deterrent for the people not to see Netflix, but they see other apps. Okay, and then the CEO said, "You are wrong." Okay, the worst competition for the Netflix is sleep, zhope. Okay, why? Simply because if people start sleeping, then nobody will get time to see the Netflix, right? Because in daytime they are at their work. If they sleep, they will not see the Netflix. So you need to create a content. You need to create a excitement into the people that they will lose their sleep and they'll see only Netflix. Okay, this is what we don't want to do. This is what we don't want to spend our time. Okay, so please understand, you are the CEO of your life, right? You should decide what you want to do. You should not spend time on the things which are not going to be helpful, which are going to ruin your health, which are going to ruin your career in future. With that, I would stop my topic. I would let uh, uh, thank you for the opportunity for giving me some time to speak with the people and students. This is a very dear opportunity for me. But most importantly, I will be hopeful that people of COEA are going to cherish this for future. One thing I forgot, I should definitely make it clear. Okay, so I thank all of you for listening it patiently. These are my coordinates, my name, my phone number, my email ID, and my LinkedIn account. Please do come and subscribe or get connected with me. Please do give me a call if you have some difficulty that where you feel that I can add to some help to you. Please write to me through email. I am also available on WhatsApp. So if you need any help, I would be very glad if I can come of small help to my young friends who are going to come from the same college that I came from. And I would be very happy if I can be of small help to you. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Any questions? Any questions or any comment that you would like to pass on?
Yes, participants, any question? Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
Thank you so much, Kali sir.
hello,
Yes, please go ahead.
hello.
Yes, Rahul.
Sir, do you think one should learn more skills than reading the books?
There are possibilities. I don't say that okay, only books will give you the knowledge. Okay, but there is a beautiful saying, right? The books are the best friends. Correct. The books are so loving that they do not keep anything with them. They give everything that they can. So my personal choice is going to the books. Okay, if you have different ways of learning and adding skills to you, you can always do that. But my choice would be going to the books. But you can always increase your skills by going through the various articles. The internet is so vast of information now that can give you a lot of knowledge more beyond the books also. So definitely books is one of the medium. You can go through other mediums also to get more knowledge to you.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. So good
Okay.
morning to all the participants. Our respected alumnus and today's speaker, Mr. Kedar Kulkarni sir, Head of the Department, Dr. K.B. Kale sir, all faculty members and dear student participants. It gives me immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks for this webinar. I'm thankful to Mr. Kedar Kulkarni for his valuable talk on skill matter than degrees. And I'm confident that student participants will definitely be benefited by your valuable inputs. I'm thankful to the organizing team for all necessary arrangements in conducting this webinar. Lastly, I'm also thankful to all the participants for their patience here. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, friends. Have a good day. And please be in touch. If I can add value to you, I can definitely help you out if I can. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.